Alright, this is the third recording and we will proceed right now. It's all black. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. Ma'am Hannah calls me over the moment she noticed my presence at the lounge door. She welcomes me with a bright smile, her movements more open than what one would typically expect from a passing client to have.
Oh, Isabel, how are you feeling? You looked awfully dreadful yesterday.
Awfully dreadful.
Isabella, I'm fine now, ma'am. I appreciate your concern.
I really don't understand why they can't get my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be too hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
Wonderful. Your team works unbelievably fast.
Ma'am Hannah skims through each of them with a scrutinizing eye, checking every page for any inconsistencies and errors. Despite the unassuming impression she gives off, she appears fully aware of what to look for and the process contracts like this undergoes. It is surprising. To be quite honest, I haven't pegged her for someone who is well versed in these things, yet here she is. She shows some of it to her husband, and he responds with the same passive interest as if he's more than happy to leave everything to her. I can't tell if it's purely because he believes she's capable enough, doesn't care about what they are buying, or he simply finds paperwork tedious. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Ma'am Hannah claps her hands together before extending it to us for a shake. Rose and I release the breath we have been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then?
Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps. Rose shoots me a warning glance that clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there."
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love.
Love.
As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it.
Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan after all. You know how much thought to be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, wouldn't it be better if we handled it ourselves? A personal touch of sorts. It is our housewarming party and our new home.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something into both our hands and winks, a finger raised to her lips, demanding our silence.
I know both of you worked hard on getting us this
Ooh, a lot of
beautiful
ka-ching.
mansion.
I like those ka-ching. Can we actually use that here?
Did I mention we reward our people generously?
Very generous, yes.
This is... Ma'am, I can't accept this.
We're talking about Isabella. Take it. Just take it.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiles sweetly with this is simply the most normal thing to do in the world. Yes, it's normal.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house.
Why? Why is that dying is underlined like this?
You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you two soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind's still reeling my mind's still reeling even after they've left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. A part of me feels lucky about the fact no lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of mind, just talk signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part? A second ago we sold a haunted property to two innocent clients. Sure, the commission's big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and hospitalization, big enough to pay for all four of our siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well once the deal has been closed, much to my sanity's relief. But knowing that something's in there and we gave it to the good couple despite that? Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money, Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Damn, what's with that rose face right there? Looking all happy. Memorable and understatement.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus too, aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised.
It's like a tips.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know.
I'll buy
Send it
myself a
home,
new
probably?
undergarment.
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings an arm over my shoulders and leans in closer to my ear as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
Your call. I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice too, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I just want you to make a party and I want to join the party. I haven't get into party for so long. Thank you very much for the invitation. Be sure to prepare some liquor while you're at it.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
Bloody hell.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me.
See, somebody got a point. Even if I got a bonus, I wouldn't do that.
But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself from me to answer the phone on her desk. Her tone shifts from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprised there. She's one of BRC's top agents no matter how modest she appears. A saleswoman true and true. I, on the other hand, have a very little knack for it. Of course, I learned eventually. I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once, though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story of what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet to fulfill dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed on the matter further, but perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience in our respective life, of goals we both let pass us by because of the circumstances we're in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. A lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of fellow agents also heading out for a much-needed break. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to go out. But oversleeping didn't allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one considers taking an instant noodle cup from my pantry, packing your lunch. Time to make good on the promise I made to Rebecca, I guess. Maybe invite Zach and Ash too. In the end, only Becca and Zach would come. Ash, on the other hand, couldn't be reached at all. All of my calls went straight to his voicemail. He's at it again. Right here today, gone the next day. Oh well, his loss. We have agreed to meet at nearby cafe. The same one I frequent with Becca because it's cheap and they give away free bread around closing time. Quaint, a little old-fashioned, though looks a wee bit out of place amidst the city's tall buildings, but we love it all the same. Much like its facade, the interior carries an antiquated charm to it. Vintage art pieces and row of shelves boasting an extensive collection of books covers the walls. It would have been nice to hang out here for hours on end, but even on weekend, the place is still packed with people. Thankfully, Becca and Zach have already found seats and are engaged in some casual chatter when I arrive. It's strange seeing the two of them without Ash accompanying the other. They have never been particularly close. Sure, they talk when they meet, laugh at the same things when there's something funny, but there's distance, the kind born purely out of differing interests. That or Zach's simply afraid of Becca. It's not impossible, and I won't blame him if he is. He might be the tallest in our group, but everyone knows that it means nothing against Becca's temper. Even I am a little scared of her.
Zach! Becca!
Well, you seem to be in a better mood today. I know that smile, Belle. Come on, still.
Don't rush me. Let's order food first, okay?
A waitress comes by to take our order. On a normal day, me and Becca will order a hearty serving of their special vegetarian stovies. Zach takes everything with a good helping of meat, sausage, or potatoes in it. But today is a good day, great even. It's not wrong to indulge a little, right?
Today's special. For the three of us.
Even the person jotting down our orders looks surprised at today's meal. She writes it nevertheless and leaves without a comment. Becca furrows her eyebrows, her mouth halfway open, ready to let loose what's likely a string of reprimands.
Don't worry. It's my treat.
It's like, huh? What just happened? Huh? The glare she sends my way reminds me of the one I received from Mama when I punched a kid bullying my younger brother 18 years ago. Naturally, I never did it again after she made me apologize the next day. But Becca is far from being my mom. A small sheepish grin is enough to turn that frown into a defeated sign. Food arrives in the middle of a funny story from Zach, putting the rest of the conversation on hold as we are each serve our orders. It isn't anything fancy. Whoa, that looks actually fancy. Wow, I like that. How that veggie looks over there. Is this salmon over there? I think this is salmon. Oh, it's not salmon. A pan-roasted sea bass with citrus-dressed asparagus and a portion of mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes on the side, or at least that's what the daily special board says. Okay. I never did pay attention to it whenever I come here, since they price whatever's written way above what I'm willing to spend on food on a single day.
Oh, good. I'm so hungry, I think I'm dying.
You're always hungry.
Hey, not all the time.
Let me guess. You skipped breakfast again.
Not on purpose. I may have overslept by a few seconds today.
Right then. Stop stalling, Isabella. What's this about?
Let us say it, Rebecca. She wouldn't be inviting us out if it wasn't worth hearing out.
She's trying to tell us that she's pregnant. And you are the father. Dun dun dun.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm treating you guys to a once-in-a-century thing.
Oh yeah, one inch century thing. I like that painting over there, the cat, that nickel painting over there. An expectant grin breaks out of my face, except
I'm sorry, say that again.
And this is important because...
Becca only raised an eyebrow at me while Zack appears like he didn't get the punchline to another lame joke Ash made, and is desperately searching for someone to explain to it. My instant noodle days are over. Ash is not here, so we should celebrate. Let's see. Okay, so right now we're that and that. Let me see the branching tree. Is it different if I answer anyway? I don't think so. Oh wait, actually it does? One goes here, one goes up. I like this part. I'm wondering what this part is about. Like this part. It seems like a pretty big thing. Let's go for this one on top first. Like go on top and then see all the way here and see what it's all about. And then we go back to this bottom answer and like pew 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 pew, see what the hell is this supposed to be. Before that, let's see if alright, let's see, my instant noodle days are over.
Okay, let me do that again.
So it increased both of them. Okay, their relationship both increased. Okay.
Guess what, guys?
Wait,
I'm paying.
that's
I
on the
sold
top.
the
Yep,
house.
the top. As the news sinks in, their expression goes from sheer bewilderness to utter surprise. That's more like it.
You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my instant noodle binge.
Seriously?
He's so surprised at that.
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house?
Yep.
Which house is this? In Anselm Village? The one with the open house yesterday?
No, it's the creepy ghost house, Becca. What are you talking about? That's the only house I'm selling right now, don't you know?
The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that.
Oh. Oh.
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impressions of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it. Did she think we weren't able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. I am not your best friend or what?
You don't believe me?
A word stumbled out of my mouth before I could stop them. I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging from the looks on their face, it seems they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
It happens from time to time.
Yeah, but... Look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out?
Presumptuous.
Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
You're too early. That's what.
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
I know, right? She would give us an extra tips for that. Obviously, she wants it. Pressured me into it, more like it. But I'm not going to tell Beckers about that. Knowing her, she's only worried.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
Only the richest one would.
The Wrights, apparently.
The rights, the rich.
It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra.
Something as in.
As in, it's why I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm almost surprised you accepted it.
She
Why
didn't
not?
really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money.
I want this house, darling. Go and take all our money. Yep, that's actually how they are.
You don't really think they believe that, do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Well, there's you.
Right. You know what? I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I begin to gather the plates to my side, the food in each and still untouched. A laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changed to disappointment. Becca's hands interrupts me as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
For your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you for long enough. But today, things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them here. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. A laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever is keeping us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate? Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of a party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the whole entire time. If Becca's noticed...
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
Is it about the reviews this morning?
A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look down is enough to answer for her. Oh, he's blushing actually. Look at that. Look at that blush. I look between the two of them. Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? My god, so many fillers. I hate fillers. This is why I don't like waking up late.
You heard about those, huh?
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her motion unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it's always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca's too, to some extent, although with her, explosions on tempers are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with the tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
Accent, Rebecca. Accent. That Scottish accent. Strong. From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted, and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
What's a bowbag? Scottish
Calm
bowbag.
down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out drivel, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say.
Oh my god. Becca's is totally exploding right now.
If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
Yeah, Zach, we all did something experimental on our free days, our free time. Just doing it, you know, to give it a try. There's no harm to that. Don't get yourself so pumped up over it. If it's not working, at least you try.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Yeah, Zach, it don't matter. Fuck them. Screw them. Don't care about them.
Don't say that!
What the hell? What the hell is Isabella? Calm the hell down, gosh. My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware on top clinking against each other. I didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner as a teacher would at an unruly student. Becca's probably proud. Yeah, I think she's proud. She's like all that smirk like there on her face right now. I didn't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating! He, of all people, should know.
It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me, dear. Your friend's about to quit his passion for petty vision. No, he's not gonna quit. He's just pretty chill about those, okay? He's pretty chill, even though he's kind of bummed over it. He's like, oh, okay, got bad reviews. Oh well. But it's not quitting. I haven't read what those people wrote about his work, but a few sketching words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know. After all, I'm...
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class.
I know, right?
But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Oh yeah, meanwhile she's the one who's not paying attention to the movie just now. Whatever I'm about to say get lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
A burst of laughter comes from Zach.
Thanks, you two. I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff.
I can't believe there's so much filler. Makes me wanna not go for the second option now because the fillers right now is getting into me.
Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
See, he's not quitting. You guys are just exasperating yourself, okay? Just getting mad for no reason. There's no face at all, only a poor imitation of a puppy dog's eyes, if you could call this one.
Promise?
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys.
I'll be damned, son.
Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. Once night ain't for another week.
And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you have walked. It's not like it's over for me though. I still have time, I could still come back. Do my own thing, do what I really want to do. Surely, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon, lol. LOL? LOL? The screen shows Rose.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if it's already explains everything. Then, out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxbourne streets. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely manage to keep up out of a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca's in that regard.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she has finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumble plea for me to meet the right interior designers in her stead and...
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
God damn it. Somebody fill her. Come on. Classic Roche. She ends the call without even asking for my input. Okay, I think that's the... Hold on. Blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, there's gonna have 3 here, but I'm kind of curious what this one has to offer. What's this one? Where is this update here? Wait, this one update here? I didn't get any question just now. Did I even get any question? Oh, there's no question. It's just like, I think if I choose something like here, the line will go up there. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see what's here on this path. Okay? Even though I don't want to, because the talk just now was too long, but no choice. Ash is not here, so we should celebrate.
Let me do that again.
What the... Oh, god damn, those minus... Ugh.
We should celebrate because Ash Hole is totally missing out on my first treat ever.
I'm sure Ash has his reasons.
He hasn't even apologized for calling me a scaredy cat yesterday.
Oh crap, forgot to read the part. After all the times he's called me a scaredy cat, the word itself has completely lost its meaning. Meaning, imagine that. There's a disappointment, of course, in knowing her and knowing he's off. Who knows where while we are having fun here. Jeez, don't just disappear off the face of the planet without telling anyone.
You aren't really upset about that, are you?
No, not really. But it's his loss for missing this once-in-a-century event.
He did seem to be in a hurry when we parted last night after the movie. Said he got a big lead on his case.
Oh, yeah, he mentioned that. But you know how he is about his work. Everything except his unholy love for bad puns is a secret.
Oh, what? Yo, what? Yo, what? Look at that, Becca's. Oh my god, that's not good.
He never mentioned those to me.
I ain't surprised. He's more tight-lipped with this one. Something about it being bigger than what they usually let him handle.
Don't worry, Becca. I'll make him talk.
It's not necessary. He'll talk when he wants. And if what Zack says is true, it's better if we keep our noses out of this. His job isn't exactly a walk in the park. We'll only get in the way if we pester him about it.
Well, he better treat us to something other than ice cream once he solves that one. That's Scrooge.
Scrooge. What?
But that's not really why you asked us out, right?
She gestures at our food with her hand, as though it's something she's not willing to touch until I give her answers.
I promised I'd treat you to a free lunch if the mansion got sold, yeah?
Understanding dawns on her face. The bewildered look on she's sporting changes into something close to delight.
You should have just told us. No need for all this fancy, secrety stuff.
It was supposed to be a surprise. I made a promise, didn't I?
I wasn't expecting you'd really do it.
Well, it's already here. If you don't want to eat it, I'll just...
Oh, this again. I began to gather their plates to my side, the food in each still untouched. A laugh almost escaped my mouth with the way Zack's press quickly changed to disappointment. Becca's hand interrupts me just as about to pull her plate closer to me.
No, please leave it, ma'am. We're simply humbled by your utmost generosity, considering you're as much of a Scrooge as Ashton.
Don't compare me to him. He's the one who looks like he's about to have an episode whenever he has to spend more than £5.
I honestly wish there's a way for you to see the look on your face when you haggle. Remind me to record it once. I think it's something like this.
She puffs her cheeks and furrows her eyebrows in an imitation of how I'm supposedly appear. I don't look like that at all. Do I? She drops the egg at the flat look I shoot at her. Her laughter dies, but the playful gleam in her eyes remains.
This means you're gonna be okay now, yeah?
Yeah? Yeah.
For a while. It just means we won't have to worry about paying for the treatment and the bills. But that's all that matters, right? I mean, we're not yet sure if the new medication will produce better results, but Mama and the doctor said Papa's responding well to the treatment. That's one reason to be hopeful. And with the money, I'm sure it's just a matter of time.
Saying it this way sounds as if I'm trying to convince myself. But no matter what, I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those we were known for so long enough. Okay, we already get into this part already. I'm gonna skip this part because we already read this part mostly.
Are you sure you're not feeling under the weather, Zachary?
Oh, this is the part where we're going to...
No, I'm okay.
To where Zack's story about his review, right? After that, literally no more, right? Yeah. So this is the part we're at, and it's just here. Here's where they start talking about Zack's. They will eventually talk about Zack's, no matter what.
No, it's...
I'm gonna skip this.
You heard of...
So,
No,
What review?
it's his...
That doesn't... Is it...
not...
That... This car.
Well, maybe another.
You're giving.
It was.
But you
Doesn't.
don't. It's just.
Except.
Why does that right?
Fail. No, I don't. But look at it.
What about
What?
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Wait, how do I skip this? Can I just press this?
Thanks, you too. I might need some time alone to myself for a while, just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're into the new one. So what about this one this time? Okay. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in fickle. Wait, what? Okay. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWL, AWOL lately. Not to mention my boss Mercurio's moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather though, the streets of Luxmore remains constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A sharp reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to a bright reality to meet Zack to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses and Becca's to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her. Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse, the worst deals. Ooh, she's back at it. She's back. She looks at me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whisper this time, only a plea. A hum, lowly and distinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. Help me. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away and make run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feels heavy while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls. Help me.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
No, stop. Leave me alone.
Ooh, her face contorts and she lets out a wail, a sharp, earthly, unforgiving. Rage. There's only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself.
Please, I don't want this.
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarses from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appears unfamiliar until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping in my arms tight. Even Zack appears behind himself with worry while he stands behind her, acting as a shield against the small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The word refuses to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home at the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up anything to get the wretched sensation out.
You were screaming. Zack, call someone!
No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zack, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. Wait, hold on, I want to see this. Oh, it's retake the common route. Ooh, yeah. I attempt a smile to put on her eyes. Okay, I already read that. Gently, I push her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can't stand. Leave. Leave me. Stay away. Away. The humidity stifling. The humidity stifling everyone's stares are unnerving, and Becca's and Zack's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water on the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep me company, it's easy to fall into a cycle of negative thinking. But even with clutter to keep me company, the room still feels like a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer as Scrooge passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough. A shiver passes over me, though it's not from the hair that's still hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the window I have left wide open. My gaze shifts over the letter. Sitting on the coffee table, it edges fluffers innocuously as the wind touches it. Why is she when leaving this hanging on the table just like that? Could she just throw it, right? Or burn it? Funny how an ordinary looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. Then burn it! The impulse to throw it away or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it, but after that what? Will she leave me? What about those people who have already seen it? Will they be okay? The uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in the silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of paper and cushions where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Zack's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling because of this afternoon? Frankly, the last thing I want to discuss, but I did leave the two of them there without saying anything. Knowing Zack, I bet he's worried.
Hey, Zack.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you're not gonna pick up.
Sorry, it took me a while to find my phone.
No worries. You game tomorrow?
I pause. I don't recall making plans with Zack for the weekend.
Did I forget something?
Remember that guy I told you about? Back in the movies? The, priest? For the blessing? Does it ring a bell?
Alright. I did say that, but I didn't think he would actually go through the trouble especially after what happened with his film. Sometimes I forget how kind Zach can be.
Yeah, I remember. Is he fine with it?
My friend doesn't mind. We're lucky he's not busy. So, tomorrow, he'll meet us at the mansion.
Okay. Sorry for the trouble, Zach.
Hey, no problem. I'm the one who suggested it to begin with. And, well, this afternoon you did surprise us. Never seen you scream like that. You scared the hell out of Rebecca.
I guess I owe you a lot for this, huh?
Nah, we're cool. You had us worried. But I know you'll tell us about it eventually. I just want to make sure you're doing well. You left all of a sudden and you're not answering any of our calls.
He's trying to get me to talk. Normally I'll tell him I'm fine and say a few simple reassurance to put their minds at ease. Now nothing will form. I can't bring myself to say anything. He seems to have sensed my hesitation because he immediately changes the subject.
Anyway, I gotta go. I left something on the stove before making this call. Just soup. But it'd be embarrassing if I burned soup.
I doubt it. Ashton, on the other hand.
Oh, remind me to tell you about what he did with the pressure cooker next time. Oh, damn, it overflowed! Really need to get going. Bye, Bella.
He hangs up before I can thank him. The busy tone, though muffled, echoes through the receiver. No one is saying this will work, even I am doubtfully it will. But right now I'll take everything. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Oh no. She's sleeping, so is it the part? Wait, what? Wait, I didn't go to this side. Why? Why didn't I go to this part? Nande desu ka? Naze desu ka? Oh wait. I think this part is where you agree with Zach for the priest. But if this part is the part where you agree with Ashton for the what's that again? The professor, yeah, for the professor, this part. I guess this is the part where you go with Ashton. But what about this part? What is this part? What's this part? I want to know this part. I want to go to that part. God damn it. This part looks like there's something over here. Oh well. And for the first time in a long time I dream of clear skies or unrestrained laughter from children playing in the street and of small cramped deviling. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. October 3, Sunday. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy and I miss the chilly autumn weather. It's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Zach's calls last night, I would probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already on my way to the Ermengarde mansion. To think that I'll have to go back again, I'll be lying if I say I'm excited. I don't have to anymore. Rose happily gave me paperwork duty when I volunteered. We're on the last phase of the sale too. Well, almost. Papers to sign, documents to finalize, various other legalities to settle with the current owner and all that still. Never mind that it's still new owners want everything done within the next week. Then when the process typically takes more than that. They want it done, we'll get it done. I really don't understand rich people, but money can do wonders. I won't be surprised if they'll be able to push the process just a little more, like what they did to secure the house. The point is, I'm under no obligation to return to the house anymore. Running is an option, of course. I can now move on to another property and forget everything. However, at the end of the day, it's always my conscience that wins. What if something happens to those who have seen the letter? Ash, Zack, Becca, Miss McCullough, the Wrights. The guilt will follow me to my grave. The mansion looms as we approach. Whispers welcoming me back, shadows calling. I hope this is the last time. They are engaged in a quiet conversation when I find them in the mansion's front gardens. But even with familiar company, it's impossible to feel at ease here. No matter who I'm with, the feeling of being watched is there, like the very place itself is aware of its trespassers. Zack, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. Or he simply doesn't care, or he's already used to it. I could never tell with him. Sometimes he's almost as hard to read as Ash. Almost. At least Zack doesn't ask much for much patience as dealing with Ash does, and that says plenty about him. Miracle of miracles how the two have ended up best of friends. He waves at me as I approach, true to his promise. Zack has also brought his friend with him, Father Norman. Somehow I expected him to look older.
Oh, don't be surprised. They say people who have found their calling are getting younger these days.
Sorry, Father. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No offense taken. Though I admit I'm a bit surprised. I didn't think someone would ask this house to be blessed after all these years.
You've heard of it, Father?
In passing, the occasional rumors and talk by the locals, nothing new. You don't spend years serving the church here without hearing a random hearsay here and there.
You never mentioned what you thought of those, Father.
Ah, but he who goes down to the grave does not come up. He shall never return to his house, nor shall his place know him any more.
But what I saw...
May not be what you think. It depends entirely on what you mean by it. If you're talking about spirit beings, angels, demons, then yes.
Angels and demons. Ooh.
Are we talking about the spirits of people who have departed? The word makes it clear that once the deceased has left us, they are gone.
What about zombies? What category is zombie in?
But of course, I didn't come here to bore you with a lecture.
You already did, Father. You're boring.
No, it was enlightening, Father. Thank you.
Just remember that a God who loves his children would...
There you go again, Father. There you go again.
That's what my papa often tells me.
Your father must be a good man. He raised you well, no doubt. Well then, shall we? Regardless of what it is, I'm sure the mansion's new owners would appreciate such sincere intentions. From a stranger, no less.
He let Zack and I walk ahead. A relief, this way he won't see how tightly I'm clutching the straps of my bag. Father Norman's probably trying to put me at ease. But the worry, the cold, restless, foreboding feeling has firmly lodged itself in my stomach, making its presence known with every step we take towards the house.
Hey, you okay?
Let's see. Does it even matter? Whatever we answer here. Don't even matter. You know what? I don't care. I'll just go with it. Increase! Hell yeah! It's hard to lie when Zack gives you that look. It's just there. The kind that implores a silent appeal. I'm not sure if he's even doing it consciously. Another breeze blows and I try to not shiver, try not to listen to the voice that may or may not be there.
Ugh, this place really gives me the creeps.
Ugh.
It doesn't seem more than an ordinary house to me, though. Damn, I should have brought my camera with me. I saw a few areas that'd be good for a shoot. You think the new owners will allow it?
Shh! What if you catch something? Or someone in one of the pictures?
It just means they want to be seen, doesn't it?
Don't ask for it.
It's not like we can stop them if they do.
You're really not helping, Zack.
All right, sorry. Don't worry. I don't think whatever's inside this house will do anything. I'm here, yeah? I'll take care of them. Or I think I can.
You're not that scary, but thanks. I'll be.
Ridiculous talk, though the temporary reprieve it lends is more than welcome. He offers me a smile in return, at least he could do. And with a slight motion of his head, he gestures for us to move ahead, while my own fears are left forgotten for the time being. The things inside my bag clatter softly against each other while I rummage for the keys to the mansion. I should have heard the telltale jiggle by now, but didn't I put it in my bag last night? Seconds later, I'm sitting on my heels, and one after another, I'm taking out everything from every pocket, every slip. It'll be a pain to put everything back later, but I'm sure it's just under this. Nothing. Oh man of all times to forget.
Is something the matter?
No, I'm sorry, Father. I think I left the key.
No use coming out with excuses, and right after they've both taken the time to go to this far away from the city. With a heavy sigh, I grabbed the door handle and pulled myself up, a string of apologies ready at the tip of my tongue.
Careful, Bella!
We've spoken with the current owners. Well, technically, you're not yet the owners, but
There's a brief moment of confusion, and then I'm falling. The momentum of the door swinging open pulls me back first into the mansion's foyer before I can make sense of what's happening.
Ow, 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 my back.
Oh no, my animal entrance.
what the? Isabella?
No time to nurse my bruised back or make up excuses because the next thing I know, Zach's gently pulling me upright by my arm. Look at them, they're all both so surprised on their face. Rose looks down at me with a mixture of apprehension and something I couldn't quite place. I would say it's relief, but... she is good going, Isabella, right after you volunteered to work on the papers. And standing behind her...
Ma'am Hannah! Mr. Wright!
Oh, Isabel. We always meet in the most interesting circumstances.
A complete understatement, darling. What are they doing in my house?
Abruptly, he waves his hands at Zack and Father Norman like their presence is a slight against his own.
I thought you said you wanted to do paperwork duty.
Like a deer caught in the headlights. Unfair, Rose. That's putting me on the spot. And it leaves me to no other choice but to answer.
The reason why I'm here?
Well, spit it out, Lily. We don't have all day.
I'm just here to make sure everything is fine before you move in.
I am so sorry, Mama. You said I'll go to hell if I lie. I likely will after this, but there's no other way. Well, it isn't entirely a lie. I am here to make sure no one disturbs them after they move in. It just so happens that what I'm checking for and trying to drive away is of the paranormal variety.
Oh? The house appears impeccably fine to me.
Mr. Wright shifts his eyes around in a careful manner as if he's looking for faults in every crevice in that house. The grin on his face, though, when he returns his attention to me is similar to what my kuya Jordan, my brother Jordan, had often given me when he was up to something. Usually a scare prank that inevitably ended me in crying. I never did forget the way my brother sneered at me then. A part of me thinks that perhaps if I hadn't been the object of this mischief in childhood, I would have grown a little braver.
Come on, little Lily. Lying doesn't do that cute little face any justice.
Wow.
I'm a very patient man. Now, why are you really here?
Right now, in the face of an almost identical expression, perhaps even crueler than what I'm used to, the lie I told falls apart.
The truth is, I was just thinking we could have the house blessed before move-in day.
And why would we ever need to have this house blessed?
For luck and protection.
I shrink under his scrutinizing gaze. For a second, I think that he'll start shouting at me. Instead, he laughed. Kind of like Luke's laughter. He's like, "Ugh." Not the mocking, jeering kind, but one's wondering if he's hearing things right. Yeah. I would say he was amused, but I honestly couldn't understand what was so funny with what I just said. Was it really that weird? Wasn't it a custom here? I wish Becca was here to explain stuff like this.
That's rich coming from you. When we saw Devlin Court, you didn't.
It's a small custom back home. I thought it would be nice to do something that would bring positive energy to the mansion since this place has been empty for years.
And the papers, Isabella? I hope you did those first before this.
Of course I did. It's almost done, in fact. But there are some items I still have to double check before finalizing everything. You know I don't sign without a thorough inspection. And well, this is what this is for too. I just thought it would be more efficient to do both at the same time.
Here I thought you didn't want to go back.
A job is a job, Rose. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Wow, she's really pushing this. Really pushing her luck in the lie.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then go ahead. No need to be so hard on her, Rosie. I personally think it's a nice touch. I was actually thinking of the same thing, but you beat me to it.
Darling, Buttercup, please. You know these things don't work. No offense meant to the holy man, of course. That does not explain the nigger, though.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Wow. Oh. Oh, that's so strong. What the hell, Luke? What the hell are you doing? What did you just say? You have to take that back. You can't do that. What the? Oh, he just called Zach the N word. Do you know how offensive that is? Oh, Zach, poor Zach. All of a sudden, there's an awkward silence that even Rose of all people seems reluctant to break. Oh yeah. Look at all of them. Look at this two. Like looking at Luke. Like, what the fuck did you just say? You can't just go around and say things like that. I call them that. Oh my god. Although a desire to do is evident in the way her eyes nervously shift to Mr. Right. Meanwhile, Zach's grip on my arm suddenly tightens. He doesn't say anything further, but there's a conflicted look on him when I glance up. Oh, you hurt Zach feeling, Luke. That's the face he makes only when he desperately wants to give someone a piece of his mind. He wanna punch this guy real bad right now. He really wants to, but chooses not to do so, mostly to avoid confrontation or fanning the flames to an argument. Yes. Oh. He has always been like this. Even among his own friends, he chooses to take a placating stance despite holding opinions of his own. Note that I won't say anything. I know Mr. Wright's a client, but you can't just say that in front of other people, in front of Zach, no less. If Ashton were here, I know he wouldn't stand for it. And neither do I. There was a reason why bullies back home never touched my younger brother again after I gave them a taste of their own medicine. Well, I mean, even though you kind of want to get angry at this guy right now or punch him or do whatever, he's still a client, so we're in the working industry. You shouldn't do that. Don't go for that. Don't go for that. He might be inches taller than me, but I'm pretty sure I can still land a hit or two. Maybe, if only I'm not going to get in trouble with BRC for it. But before any punch could be thrown, Ma'am Hannah's cuts in.
Lucille Mitchell-Wright.
A voice too firm, demanding his complete silence.
What?
He's like, what? What? Instead of answering, she merely crosses her arms and shoots her husband with a sharp, disapproving glare. That seems to have done the trick. He immediately shuts his mouth, but not before muttering a few inaudible words under his breath. At this, Mam's Hannahs could only sigh and roll her eyes, more than happy to get back to the topic at hand.
I'm sure she knows what she's doing, love. She got us the house, remember? Who knows what a little positive vibe can do? It could even give us what we've been eagerly waiting for all these years.
What have we been waiting for? I don't think I was ever informed of.
Nothing you should worry about right now. Anyway, we've still got a few things we need to discuss with Rosie here.
Okay, every time Hannah's move, if you stare at her boobs, it will jiggle. It will jiggle just a little bit, and if you notice, Luke, whenever he move, this down part of his shirt tuxedo will like move a bit. That's weird. This one move, that one move. Interesting. And hair move, of course. Hair move.
I hope you don't mind, Isabel. We'd love to take you with us, but...
Oh, no. Go ahead, ma'am. This'll take time. That's why there's 2 of us working on this.
Rose looks like she's about to murder someone, probably me. At least she won't have to stay in a haunted property. She's getting better at annual visits still. If anyone's going to ask me...
Oh, wonderful. I hope the next time the 3 of us meet, it'll be over a closed deal,
Of course, ma'am. Please look forward to it.
Rose hurriedly hands me the keys to the house before leaving, mouthing reminders to secure the place and harmless threats for throwing her under the bus. I return it with a reassuring smile of my own, even if she's the one who's often forgets she's. And just like that, gone, just as quickly as they appeared, flitting from one scene to next and leaving me wondering if this is simply what's typical for the rich and famous. So, if so, I'll rather stay with my run-down apartment or our little shack back home. There's still joy in the smallest things, after all. What is it? Looks different now. With a house this big, it's not surprising when the ceremony takes a few hours to finish. The sun's already high by the time we have gone through the last room. Okay, they're done with the blessing here. Wait a minute. What does this thing look like, a big ass doodle? Or maybe that's just me. Oh well. I can never say I'm a devout follower of my own faith, even with Mama's and Papa's teaching. But hearing every word Father Norman uttered as we went around the house has put me at ease. All of a sudden, the mansion doesn't seem so scary anymore. Maybe there is an end to this, or perhaps this is the end. No such thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Father Norman bids us goodbye upon exiting the mansion. Really? That's it? Just that? The demon doesn't just go and roar or something? He has business in the village nearby. He says a mean gesture to reach out to the members of their parish every once in a while. It reminds me of a distant memory of a helping hand and a few kind smiles that helped my family pull through when times were tough. But before he leaves...
Isabella, a word before I go. Zachary hasn't been really forthcoming with your situation, and it is something I understand it wasn't his to share. But whatever burdens you, know that it's not a permanent fixture in your life. Besides, you have people to bear it with.
I bite back at the harsh retorts before they come out, masking it with a smile as we wave the good priest off. His word, though meant to comfort, has only left a bitter taste in my mouth. And if they don't believe you, what am I going to do? A hand lands briefly on my shoulder, taking me out of my thoughts before they take a sullen turn. But my smile doesn't quite reach my ears when I turn to him.
Say, do you want to go somewhere?
Right now? Where to?
Anywhere in the city. I'll leave it up to you.
Hang out with Zach, maybe some other time. Let me see. What do we do if we don't hang out with him, though? Wait, it makes no difference, right? I think I'll just hang out with Zach instead, right? Because why the hell not? Zach's a nice guy. He's a pretty chill guy. So let's go with him. Zach's a good guy. I mean, if we don't hang out, then what do we do? Oh, let's go.
It wouldn't hurt. I've got some stuff I need to buy. Groceries.
What about this part? What is this part? Should I actually do that just now? God damn it! I should probably save it. Oh, why did I do that? No, I want to see what happened if I didn't. Oh, why? God damn. God damn. God damn. God damn it! I should probably save just now. Oh.
And there's a shop I want to check.
Is it real food this time?
Let me guess. Rebecca?
She's just worried about you. Even I can't eat that much instant noodles.
No, Zach. It's better you not eat instant noodle that much. Trust me, you're gonna get sick of it when you look at noodles. Not just instant noodles, just normal noodles. You're gonna look at it and you're like, fuck, I had too much noodle. And that's when you know you had too much instant noodle.
Think of it as a talent. Let's just go, Zach.
I smile, a real one this time, devoid of any unpleasant thoughts. Regardless of what happened between us these past few days, I don't want to think harshly of them. Zach had me waited on a nearby bench upon arriving prior to going off somewhere. He hasn't returned since, and it's been a good 20 minutes of being left alone entirely of my thoughts. Is this a filler? Feels like I'm watching a filler. God damn it! Hey, it's a filler. I don't like a filler. You think this is One Piece? Ah. In this weather, the city parks give off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen running around and playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. Hell yeah! ちょっと待ってくださいね。ちょっと待ってくださいね。So a little bit more before we reach the end. Oh my god. 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 So many. Oh my god. I think we die here. We could die here, man. Okay, you know what? After this one, to here, that'll be enough for us. That'll be a good stop. Can continue. Okay. I would gladly sleep on this bench if I wasn't waiting for anyone. Soon enough, I see his hulking figure running toward me, carrying a medium-sized box on one hand and casually waving the other at me. He's panting when he reaches my bench. A sweat drips profusely from his forehead, but there's a grin on his face.
Sorry, the line was really long.
All good, Zach.
Really long.
It's okay, Zach. We made you go through this. We're sorry.
You didn't have to run. Sit down first.
Nah, I'm good. Didn't want to make you wait for these.
I already know what's in the blue box before he opened it. It's a donut? I knew it! I knew it! Oh wait, it's a cinnamon rolls. That's not a donut. Oh well, it's the same. I mean, it's almost look like donut. I knew it! Cinnamon rolls, all 6 of them topped with a white cream cheese glaze. The very same one I bought after I sold my first property. After I met Zach, Ash, and Rebecca. Becca, such a cutie pink hair. Funny how such a small thing could trigger a distant memory, no matter how mundane it is. I don't say no to free food, but why is he getting me this now?
What for?
He leans on the empty space beside me, wiping the sweat off his forehead before answering.
An apology. And as thanks for yesterday and the other day.
The other day? What other day? What did I do for you, Zach? Tell me. What can I do for you, my boy? You precious good boy. What can I do to make You're better at this part together alone. Just you and me, Zach. Only you and me.
You don't have to buy me anything, Zach.
You were upset. You haven't been yourself recently, and people kind of miss that, you know?
Are you just saying that, or...
No, really. Rebecca told me. You know how she is. Ashton, too.
Ashton was an ass. He should have been named Ashhole instead.
What's the... Come on. One is ass, one is asshole. As an asshole, get it? As an asshole. As an asshole for Ashton. So it's a butt. Ash is a complete butt.
He went a little overboard, yeah. I can talk to him if you want.
He'll still tease me about it, even if it's Rebecca telling him to stop. Besides, I can handle him.
Oh, you can handle him? Really? How you want to handle him?
You always do. And yesterday, when you talked me through my little slump, I thought, hey, I want our old Isabella back.
Oh my god, this guy is too pure. He's too good. Too pure and too good.
Are you still upset?
There are times when I wish Zach had been my big brother or Becca, my older sister. Oh wait, what's this? Just something new. What's this? Fire. What's this? Fire. Some fire stuff. Yeah, some fire. ちょっと待ってくださいや。ちょっと待ってくださいね。ねねね。ねねねねね。Maybe life would have been a little bit easier then. Maybe Papa wouldn't be as sick as he is. Maybe I wouldn't be alone here. But then again, if they are what I wish them to be, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have met Ash too. Life back home is tough, but for all that, I wouldn't change it for one selfish wish. In this city of 68,000 people, I have people I could depend on, 3 of them in fact. When you think about it, when you compare the numbers to the odds of finding someone like them amidst this sea of nameless people, I'm lucky.
Thanks a lot for today, Zach. You didn't have to, but you did. I can always count on you.
Just me? No Ashton or Rebecca? Oh boy, they won't be happy to hear that. I don't mind being the favorite, though.
You are the favorite, Ashton. You're the favorite one. You know why? Because Rebecca is always angry. Ashton is always an asshole, even though he's a butt crack. That's what. He's a pure butt crack. And Isabella is just hungry all the time.
Nope, no favorites. But you cook better than both of them, so that's a plus.
No, Zach's my favorite. What are you talking about? He's a good boy. He's my favorite.
It's always been food with you, ain't it?
See? I knew it. Isabella's always the hungry one. The food. The hungry.
Don't put it like that. You're making me sound like a glutton.
You are a glutton. Admit it. Why are you not fat at all?
I'm not saying you are, but it does feel good to know there's someone I could invite for food to be able to eat all of it.
Only that? I thought we were also art buddies.
Oh, that too. But the food thing really stands out when you think about it. You do eat a lot for someone your, size.
Low blow. I take pride in my height.
So, is it okay now? Do you feel better? Does it still scare you?
A little. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out, somehow. It's not as bad as the other day, and Father Norman helped too. I should have brought something to thank him.
Oh, we could visit him anytime. He loves hearing from the young ones.
Oh, Father likes to listen from the young ones. He likes the young ones. I see where this is going now. It's one of those corrupted father that after the young ones. Yeah, call me father. In the back of the church, yeah.
He isn't that old, is he?
Don't know. He doesn't tell. I think I might have seen his face somewhere before. I just couldn't recall when or where. Ash says he looks like his boss, or the bartender at the local pub if he squints. Don't take his word for it, of course. He might have accidentally inhaled something from the forensic lab again when he said that.
But if you inhale something from the forensic lab, you die. You die. This time the laughter that comes from both of us is genuine. Back to the usual. Things may not have been the easiest lately, but it certainly isn't the worst that has happened. We do end up sharing the cinnamon buns between us despite Zach's insisting that it's only for me. But more than the food, there is relief and contentment.
If you need anything, just ring, okay? Like when Ash annoys you too much. I'll help you with him, best friend or not.
No way. I can take him on.
Still an extra muscle wouldn't hurt, yeah? Just let me know, and I'll back you up. My sister knows this one thing to shut him up when he's being his usual self. Ask me what it is whenever you want, and I'll spill it.
I don't think that's necessary, but thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
He left me with a smile and a wave. Off to some new gig again. As for me, we still need to talk. Becca, Ash, and I put pretty arguments aside like the adults we all are. This, however, is a start, no matter how small it may be. I just hope I can keep them safe. A light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and the distant smell of earth into the air. For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good? I need to visit the grocery too. Come to think of it, wasn't there an art store that opened recently near the park? Story update yet? Please update the story. I don't like fillers. I hate fillers. Please. Please. Go to the main story. Update the story. Kudasai. What happened? Why is it loading so slow? What's going on? Oh, I'm supposed to click something. What the hell? Gosh. What's with the dots here? Why is it suddenly dots? Okay, I think that's enough for now. So I'm gonna save here. And I'll continue a bit later on or tomorrow. Yep. Okay.